Hey, Stellan cousin, did you miss me? Took a couple days off because this week was my birthday week. My birthday was the 26th. So if you're watching this beginning, say happy birthday in the comments. Thank you so much. Now, you already know what time it is. Animated horror stories. Animated horror stories. Mm, mm, mm. So what's this one here that we're watching is Five True Best Friend Horror Stories Animated. We at Mr. Creepy House. You know, normally he has something witty in the title. He ain't got nothing witty. It just says Five True Best Friend Horror Stories Animated. Meaning, I'm sure these hoes about to be crazy. And you see the girl in the background? You see her? Crazy as hell. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I believe it. So let's get up into it. Let's see what's about to happen. You ready? I'm ready. Please get your blunts. Please get a bottle of water. It is getting hotter. It is. The summer is here, y'all. Please grab a bag of chips and please grab a blanket. This is for those who watch it late night. You know, you're watching late night, your AC's on and you need to snuggle, or even if you're watching it early and your AC's on and you need to snuggle in, be a little bit of warm. Because just because it's hot as ever outside, don't mean it's hot as ever in your house. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, you got the four B's. Mm. And let's get up into it, y'all. I'm ready. I'm excited. I love some creepy stuff. With Frank too. As it always says, the following stories are inspired loosely based on true events. All characters and events taking place in this video are fictional. In reality, no one was hurt mentally or physically. The videos on this channel are intended for grown ass people. So if you ain't a grown ass person, you shouldn't be on this channel. That's what it says under here. That's what it says. Best friend escape room horror story. I have you done an escape room? If you have, let me know your experience. I have done an escape room with someone that I thought was my best friend. We got out of there and it was great. So that's why I'm like, oh, I love a nitty gritty. Y'all know I love a nitty gritty. So let's see where this is going.
Hey guys, the escape room challenge is on top trending.
Escape room? What is it?
Adela and I looked at each other incredulously. We had never heard about the game. After explaining the rules, Joyce persuaded us to join the game with her, and that was the worst decision we'd ever made. On that day, the three of us went to a live escape room downtown. It was a rather large building located on the edge of town. A staff member came and took all of our phones. Then we were taken into a room. Please come in and wait here. The game will start soon. But after waiting for 20 minutes, we started to feel impatient.
What took them so long?
Let's ask the staff.
Joyce got up and walked to the door, but when she grabbed the doorknob, it suddenly slipped and revealed a numeric code lock.
What the? Girls,
Y'all
come
been
over
sitting
here.
in there for 20 minutes.
Look at this. I think the game is on.
Joyce couldn't hide the excitement on her face.
So, what should we do now?
I was so confused.
That's so crazy because I would have.
Now we have to find the clues in
Let me
this
outta
room
here.
to open the door.
Don't have me going.
Adela and I were so perplexed and didn't know what to do. Joyce asked us to find anything suspicious around the room. I quickly found a book with a piece of paper that had the number 360 written on it.
Guys, Look what I found.
I excitedly gave it to Joyce,
Mhm.
and she rushed to try that number on the lock.
It didn't work! Do you guys feel anything?
The three of us looked at each other.
It's heating up!
The temperature rose rapidly as if the whole room were on
Just
fire.
a movie.
We all panicked and didn't know what to do.
This is
It's hot! I can't take it anymore! Hurry up! Find the way out!
She seemed to have lost her temper,
Why you
and
asking
everything
me?
around was becoming ablaze.
Let's be up in here.
Joyce, it's all your fault.
It is.
You started this game.
She
Do
did.
something!
Adela shook Joyce's shoulder.
I don't
Take the shit out of
know.
her.
Give me a moment.
Joyce angrily pushed Adela away, causing her to fall and faint.
Adela! Adela! Wake up!
She didn't even have her head.
Joyce!
Push it at her.
What are you doing? Stop it! Stop this stupid game!
But Joyce became so strange. She shook her head.
No! We have to win this game! What do you mean? Adela is in danger. We can't take it anymore. We can't stop. The winning team will get $100,000, and I really need this money. What? Are you betting our lives on this stupid game for money?
I angrily grabbed Joyce by the collar. The
Like,
heat
what
in
do
the
you
room
know?
made it impossible for me to stay calm.
Please, if you want to stay alive, the only way is to get out of this room. That's the priority.
After hearing her words, I realized I had to stay calm to survive. I glanced at the code lock.
Joyce, turn that knob to 20. Hurry up.
She immediately turned the lock, and the temperature in the room started to drop.
Oh my God, it works!
I fell down on my knees when realizing that we had just narrowly escaped death.
That's
But
crazy.
that door wasn't the way out. Adela was now fainted, and there were only me and Joyce.
Y'all gotta
Seeing
wake
her
her up.
pleading face, I lowered my voice.
So is there
wouldn't.
any way to stop this game? I'm afraid there isn't. They fooled me. We have to solve the puzzle to get out of here.
How'd they
So we
fool
both
you?
continued to look for clues. After searching for a while, I discovered a hatch cover under the floor. I called Joyce, and we both tried our best to turn the knob, but it didn't open.
What's going on?
Close it back
I
up
don't
before
know.
y'all pass
What
the
should we
fuck
do?
out.
Joyce, why is your face deformed? Your face is twisted too.
Twist
I
it
didn't
back.
realize
Twist it.
that smoke was poisonous. We both had hallucinations and started to see the whole room distorted and bouncing around. I staggered to my feet to keep balance.
There must be an antidote somewhere.
My head hurt. I clung to the wall and walked around the room. I rummaged through every corner in the room. And after a while, I finally found something of worth.
I found it. I found the antidote.
But as it turned out,
Where?
the dose was only for one person.
Where is it? Here. But there's only one dose.
Joyce and I looked at each other, and I saw her strange gaze. The poison was spreading inside my body with pain and discomfort. When I was about to open the bottle, Joyce grabbed my arm and said,
No way! I will be the one who survived.
She looked at me like an enemy. We were both going crazy, trying to fight for our lives. I tried to control her. Joyce scratched my face,
Can I
but
go
I
to
felt
drink half?
nothing because the poison had already caused me so much pain. I grabbed the lamp off the table and hit her on the head, and she fell.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Joyce!
I quickly drank the antidote and regained my senses. I approached the hatch lid and used all my remaining strength to turn it.
Oh my God! I made it!
I finally got out of the room, but didn't remember what happened after that.
How don't you remember?
I woke up inside my bed.
What? Was it just a nightmare?
Now you ain't got no
My
brain.
head was still in so much pain. I got nervous when I thought about my friends, Adela and
they're dead.
Joyce.
He ain't got no
While
friends.
typing the text, I received a message from their family saying that both of them had died in an accident. Turning around, I saw a suitcase next to the bed.
It's money.
See you
And the
next
letter
round. What are you
that
talking
said,
about?
Congratulations. See you in the next round.
You're joking. Because you won't see me nowhere. I didn't even want to go to the first round. Ooh, frenemies.
When do you know you are friends with the wrong person? It was not until after the accident that day that I realized the only person you can trust is yourself. Best friends sometimes are not as good as they seem. My bestie Alice was a famous beauty influencer on social networks. But recently her business kind of went down since the number of advertising contracts decreased. So she started another business, which at first I thought had a lot of potential. One day she handed me a jar of cream and said,
This Super Miracle Lotion is one of my new products. It can get rid of all of your acne.
She looked so excited and sincere, so I smiled.
Really? Let me try. I've tested it on my skin, and now look at my face.
Girl,
It's perfect,
it's
isn't
just
it?
been like
Take
that.
a try and give me some feedback, okay?
I looked at the cream jar with no tags or labels in my hand,
No tag.
rather worried about its origin. But I didn't want Alice to be disappointed, so I reluctantly nodded. As her best friend, I should be the first to support her business. That night, when I was about to step out of the bathroom after taking a shower, I was startled to see Alice peeking at me from the small crack in the door.
What are you doing, Alice? Don't forget to use the lotion I gave you. Take
Don't-
a try right now.
don't
Come
use
on.
it. Don't
Alice
use
looked
it.
at me with hopeful eyes.
Don't use it.
I hesitated for a moment. Why was she using me as a guinea pig? But anyway, I trusted my friend and didn't want to let her down.
Girl,
I
at that
opened
point,
the jar. It was a moldy greenish cream and powder mixture.
hell,
It looked
no.
horrible.
What is this green thing?
hell,
It's
no.
made from green tea powder.
Bitch,
I
you a
took a
lie.
deep breath, then took a little cream and applied it to my face. Alice was extremely satisfied.
What do you think?
Bitch, you a
When
lie.
the cream met my face, it felt quite cool and comfortable, so my feedback to her
And
was
then?
all positive. But the next morning, I woke up to find my face was burning hot. I immediately ran to the mirror. Oh my gosh! My face was red and scarred with tiny blisters.
Alice!
I yelled and Alice ran to my room.
What's wrong, Nancy?
I angrily rushed over
wrong,
and grabbed her neck.
Look
Choke the
at
shit out of her.
my face. Look.
Despite my panic, Alice was extremely calm.
Oh, Nancy, it's totally fine. Your skin will be smooth in the next few days. Trust me.
But
No.
I lost my temper. My face felt like it was badly burned, and I deeply regretted
to the
using that
hospital.
lotion.
You liar. Don't fool me. I need to go to the doctor.
Period.
Oh, no, Nancy, please. Just 3 days, and your skin will be smooth like a baby.
You gonna die.
Alice convinced me. Once again, I trusted her. But during those 3 days, my face was red and swollen, which made me very embarrassed. Even the delivery man screamed in fear when he saw my face.
You don't gotta do all
Those
that.
days
Just drop
were
my
like
shit
a
off and go.
nightmare.
Did you wake up looking good on
Finally, on the third day,
TV?
my
Okay.
skin started to peel off and the new skin looked
Peel
pretty
off.
good.
When the peeling is done, your face will be as beautiful as baby skin.
Alice told me excitedly. At that moment, I breathed a sigh of relief and thought maybe Alice was right. But the most terrible thing happened. The layers of skin didn't stop peeling. Layer after layer, they peeled off uncontrollably.
Oh.
My skin was getting thinner and my whole face was sore. Some areas were bleeding.
Oh my god.
You should've
This
went to the
isn't right.
hospital.
And then one morning, a few days later, I woke up and saw that my face had red patches of skin. It were as if the skin in those areas could no longer regenerate.
Alice!
I rushed to her room and
Killed
lifted
her.
her up.
Look at my face. It's all your fault.
Alice became scared when she saw my appearance.
But, I don't know. Why is it so bad? Why are you asking me? It's
Bitch.
your fault and your damn lotion. Give me back my skin. Please, calm down. We're best friends.
Alice tried to
Please,
comfort
what
me,
about-
but I lost my control. I looked over at her dressing table to find she didn't use it as she said.
Exactly.
You're a liar. You fooled me. Go to hell.
I grabbed the cream jar and smeared it in her face.
Ooh.
No, no, no. Don't put it on my face.
She clearly knew it was a deadly cream.
It's all your fault. You forced me to use your disgusting cream. You have to pay for it.
I frantically wiped some cream on her face while she scratched the wounds on mine.
Ooh. Ooh.
The pain took over my whole body, making me turn into a beast. I poured a whole jar of ice cream on Alice's face until she passed out. I looked at her, knowing that this was the end of our friendship.
Yeah, obviously. She fucked your face up, you fucked hers up. I just wish y'all would show us. I knew y'all wasn't gonna show us. But that would have been a good clip.
Nora recognized her classmate in secondary school. What she remembered about him was that he didn't talk much and was kind of weird. They never met again after graduating, and she was a little bit curious about how he was doing recently. So she accepted his friend request. That guy Eric turned out to be really active on Snapchat. He posted a lot of stories there, thanks to which Nora found out that he seemed to live in the same neighborhood as she. That day, she posted a random story on Snapchat.
Wish I could go out somewhere. Too fed up with staying home alone.
She stared at the phone and was so curious about what he would say, but then Eric just stopped typing. About 5 minutes later,
Her?
the typing signal popped up again, but still no message. The third time, Snapchat announced a new message, but when Nora clicked on that, it disappeared.
That's weird.
She was so confused. But Eric didn't answer. She knew that Eric had always been weird, but this was a bit scary. That night, while Nora was sleeping soundly, a strange man appeared outside her house and stared at her window. He walked around the house like he was looking for something.
I
All
told y'all, get them. If you have Snapchat, please remove the maps. Don't have maps on. That man is hunting her down off of the apps.
doors were closed.
Oh,
He
no.
decided to cross the lawn and break in through the window. It wasn't locked. So the man gently lifted the window and crawled inside while the house
I've seen
owner was
another story of
unaware.
someone who got, who got murdered because her window wasn't locked. Y'all lock y'all windows. If you, my cousin, lock your windows. Make sure your window's locked. I don't even really open my windows. We got AC. What do we need the window open for?
Then he walked around relaxedly, just like viewing a gallery. He was searching for an ideal place to hide. In the closet, under the chair. Now he headed toward Nora's room. Nora suddenly woke up, her forehead drenched in sweat. It was too hot in the room, so she went to open the window to let some air in. It was past midnight and completely quiet outside. Nora went back to bed again.
Opening a window with someone's.
The next morning, as she moved from the bedroom to the kitchen, Nora noticed the window was ajar. Weird. She remembered closing it yesterday.
Did I remember it wrong?
Nora
No, you
decided
did,
to
girl.
enjoy her weekend, first by taking a
Oh,
quick
I hate when
run.
people do
After
that.
running for a while,
Why
she
would you
sat
forget
down on a
opening your
chair
own
to
window?
rest and surfed Snapchat. Eric posted another story at the same location as hers.
Oh, is he here too?
She looked around trying to find him, but there were no people who looked like him.
What the?
She couldn't see anyone that looked like him. There was no one behind her. Nora started to feel scared. She quickly blocked him and ran home. Nora wanted to call the police, but at that moment she didn't even know his location. After a day of living in fear, Nora made a bold and dangerous decision, which was to unblock Eric. This way, if he showed up, at least she would know. Nora was laying in bed reading some news. She searched for the missing cases of young girls using Snapchat. Nora was startled and dropped her phone. When she picked it up, she noticed that there was Eric's location right beneath the picture, and he was in her room. She looked around fearfully. She wanted to run outside, but was afraid he would jump out any time. So she decided to lock the door and call 911.
This is 911. What's your emergency?
Please help me. Eric, my friend, he is in my house.
She couldn't keep calm anymore. Nora tried to cover her mouth so as not to make a sound. She cried while holding the phone firmly in her hand.
When will you get here? Please, come quickly.
Although the operator tried to reassure her, she couldn't keep calm. The space suddenly became eerily quiet. Nora could hear Eric's footsteps fading away. Crying, she walked towards the door to listen. Maybe he left.
Don't worry. The police will be in the room in a few minutes.
Nora dropped her phone in shock. The person outside the window was not Eric, but a weird man she had never seen before. He just crept in the window, despite the shards cutting into his skin. He gave Nora a weird smile. As soon as he rushed over, Nora had already unlocked the door and run out of the room.
Nora! Nora!
The man chased after her. Nora panicked and was completely disoriented. She frantically ran for the main door to get out. In the darkness, she could clearly hear his footsteps and breathing. He was coming so close.
Oh.
Suddenly, there were police sirens. The man stopped abruptly. Nora was so scared that she ran until she got out of the house. Now she was safe. The man was a pervert. He killed Eric and pretended to be him to reach his acquaintances. And now he had run away with Eric's phone. When Nora learned the truth, she was shocked about how she had been in contact with the pervert all along. But at least for now, the danger has passed.
Like, we get arrested? Did they arrest him? He needs to see the arrest. Because from my knowledge, he could have been out.
My roommate Elena and I are both loyal fans of Starbucks. We poured a lot of money into our shared collection of the most beautiful and unique Starbucks cups. That was why today we were so excited to hear the news about the Game of Chance event at the newly opened Starbucks store downtown. Although Elena and I arrived very early, the area in front of the store was already packed with many people. Everyone wanted to be the lucky owner of the prize, which was a limited edition cup. While waiting for the host, Elena and I each ordered a cup of coffee. It was good as always. After a while, the event started. Dear customers, now it's time for me to draw the name of the luckiest and only guest to own this most beautiful cup. Who will be the lucky one?
That cup will belong to me.
I forget their names, but who do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be the like whitish blue top, or you think it's gonna be like the peach? I'll say the peach top. I think it's gonna be the peach top, and I think the other girl's gonna get crazy, and you know, someone might die. That's what I'm gonna say. That's my guess.
Looking at the cup from afar, I silently wished that my name would be called. If I didn't win it, I thought I would negotiate and buy it back anyway.
And today's lucky customer is a guest named E-L-E-N-A! Elena! Please step onto the stage to receive this special cup.
That's Peach Top?
Elena jumped for joy. I didn't know why,
Wait.
but while smiling at her, I was also a bit uncomfortable.
Why are
On
you
the way back, I asked to hold the cup for a second, but what she said got me so mad.
I'll never give it to you, Jade. That would also transfer my luck to you, and I got none left.
I went crazy and told myself that I would do anything to get that cup. At this moment, a
God.
truck came from afar.
You gonna push her
Elena
in
was
front of
so
the
happy
cup?
about the limited edition cup that she didn't even notice. I was about to push Elena away, but in a flash of a moment, I thought about the cup and her arrogance, and so I just glared at her. The car crash sounded right next to my ears.
Oh, okay,
Elena
you
was
didn't
now
push her.
under the
You didn't
wheel
help
of a
her.
truck. The Starbucks cup rolled out and stopped at my feet. I picked it up.
This has to be mine.
I turned to Elena and then ran off. The ambulance arrived shortly thereafter,
Why would you
but
run
Elena
off?
was no longer breathing. After Elena's death, the entire Starbucks cup collection belonged to me.
You're about to be
Elena,
haunted, girl.
if only you hadn't said those words, you wouldn't have taken that.
After moving to a
Girl
new
did this
place,
because, y'all, she did this because old girl wouldn't let her hold the cup. You could have just waited. Well, yeah, you could have just waited for her to go to sleep and put the cup in the thing. You know, you could have, y'all lived together. You could have just waited for the cups to get dirty. You know, you could wash it. You just wanted to touch the cup. And then you wanted to hold it. Y'all don't even, y'all got them cups on a shelf. Y'all ain't even using them. Oh, bitches is grimy.
and getting rid of Elena, I felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. But things didn't last long. That night in my sleep, I heard
Exactly,
Elena's
haunted.
voice. I woke
Haunted.
up with sweat on my forehead in the dark room alone.
Yes, bitch,
Maybe
haunted.
it was just a nightmare.
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
to myself
no,
and
it's
tried to
not.
get back
you know
to
it's
sleep.
Not.
During the following days, the same nightmare kept coming. I just closed my eyes and Elena's image appeared. After a few
Yes.
days of insomnia, my eyes were dark. I had to keep taking sleeping pills to get a full night's sleep, but nothing changed. That night, when I fell asleep after taking some medicine, the image of Elena appeared outside the door.
Haunted.
Push me. All of those cups. Give me back.
I tried to sit up but couldn't move.
Could have buried her with her cup.
No, it's not.
I struggled in despair. Elena squeezed my throat tighter. Just when I was about to suffocate, I was able to get up. During that night, I was so scared that I couldn't sleep anymore.
Haunted, bitch. Haunted
The next
forever.
morning, I collected all of Elena's cups and took them home to her parents. I wanted to tell them everything about how I knew the truck was coming but did nothing. But before I could say anything, Elena's mother cried and told me how Elena wanted to give me the cup for my birthday to surprise me.
Oh, Elena.
After hearing
So, the whole time she was just joking with your stupid, dusty ass. She said, you'll never get this luck, blah, 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 blah. And she wanted to give it to you for your birthday? You know, it could have been a lie. She could have been saying that, and then she got the cup and she was really like, oh no, fuck this bitch because it's my luck. But still, she told her mama that in her last, one of some of her last breaths. You ain't shit. Ain't shit at all. You really watch that truck come and hit her over a Starbucks cup. We seen that last Starbucks video when they was putting some drugs in the Starbucks. Hey.
Me.
Oh, Elena.
After hearing
That's
Elena's
it.
mother's words, on the way back home, my mind went blank. Suddenly, in front of my eyes was a girl holding a Starbucks cup with a happy face. Crossing the street, a high-speed truck was coming from afar. I didn't think much before screaming out and then running to push the girl away. But before I passed out, the last image was Elena's face smiling devilishly.
Look at that. You want to help your friend, but you're going to help some random bitch. Ooh.
Have you ever heard about the story of Pinocchio? The wooden guy whose nose won't stop growing? Well, that sounded cute. But the situation with my tongue was nothing near that cuteness. It was more like an endless nightmare. It was Halloween night. After the party, my friend Stacy and I decided to call it a day and left for home. On the way home, I saw someone dressed as a witch, and I thought I knew her.
Trick or treat?
I stopped her, and then realized she was Mona, a genuine world-class nerd in my class. I hated her showing off manners in class, so I pushed her down.
Look at a 17-year-old dressed in a rag on the street.
Come on, Bella.
You're a bitch.
Let's go home.
Stacy tried to stop me, but I didn't stop until Mona fell onto the ground, candy falling out of her basket. I picked up a lollipop and put it in my mouth.
Loser. Ew. It tastes horrible.
The candy tasted like a sour lemon, so I spit it out and threw it away.
Garbage.
The next morning when I woke up,
Now you're
my
cursed.
mouth felt weird, like it was stuffed with something, and my tongue hurt. I used the phone as a mirror and realized that my tongue was painfully swollen with disgusting sores.
Ugh.
It was so hurtful, I couldn't speak at all and even found it hard to breathe through my mouth.
What happened to me? Seriously.
I
That's what
thought
you get
to
for
myself.
being a bitch.
I immediately texted Stacy while grabbing ice to rub on my tongue in the hope that it might deflate. About 10 minutes later, my tongue was flat, but it had turned purple. While anxiously waiting for Stacy to
Why are you
arrive,
going to the hospital?
I Googled about these symptoms, but there were no
you
specific
Googling?
explanations. I rushed to open the door.
What's up?
Stacy asked.
Yeah.
She sounded worried. I showed her my tongue.
Oh my God.
You're cursed.
We should go to the ER immediately.
But
That's what
I was
said.
afraid of the hospital. Stacy knew that. Just thinking about that made me want to puke.
Okay, I think I'll give it another day to see if it goes away.
So Stacy stayed by my side all the while, and she felt relieved that my tongue didn't have any other symptoms. So I went to
Fair
bed
that
hoping
you're
that
afraid of the
everything would
hospital.
be okay tomorrow. But the next morning when I woke up, I was drooling nonstop, and I could feel my tongue sticking out of my mouth.
What's going on?
I was shocked to see my tongue stretched out to my chin. I wished that this was just a dream, but no, my tongue was getting longer and more
You're gonna
painful.
follow your mouth.
Stacy woke up and she was screaming too. Stacy and I tried everything we could to get my tongue back into my mouth, but no use.
What should I do?
Stacy got so panicked.
It was maybe one of Mona's tricks. I have to find her.
Stacy said. We immediately set
Girl,
out
that's
to her
your own
house.
fault.
Is anybody at home?
Stacy banged on the door. My tongue was now terribly dry, and my mouth was drooling continuously. I looked like a dog.
Who's that?
Mona opened the door and burst into laughter when she saw me.
So, it was you who did it?
I
Maybe it was
tried to
you.
say.
You deserve it.
Mona said and slammed the door. I rushed over and banged hard on the door.
Open the door, you bastard! Open the door!
No reply. I sat down and cried in vain.
Now we have to go to the hospital.
Stacy tried to persuade me. I shook my head, crying. I didn't want to go there at all. And my tongue was getting longer and longer. Now it reached my chest and was painfully red and dry. The patches of skin seemed to be peeled off and slipping off my tongue.
That's nasty.
You can go home now.
I cried and chased Stacy away. I didn't want anyone to see me anymore.
You can't let it be like that any longer.
Stacy tried to take me to the ER, but I kept saying,
No, no.
I yanked my hand away from Stacy and then ran away crying. The dangling tongue made me feel even more scared and disgusted with myself. Stacy ran after me and kept calling.
Stop!
I tripped and fell, and my tongue was rubbing against the ground.
Ah! Ah!
I screamed in pain before getting numb and dizzy. I could see my tongue was bleeding. Everything in front of my eyes blurred, and before I lost consciousness, I could hear Stacy calling out for me.
Bella! Bella?
I woke up in the hospital with my tongue bandaged. Stacy rushed me to the hospital and I was saved in time. Beside my hospital bed was a bouquet of flowers with a card that read, "Remember this lesson forever, Mona." Since then, I just quit my career as a bully at school and tried to become a better person.
What? I wish all bullies had something like that happen. Her tongue almost. What I would do. Her tongue almost like fell out. That's the craziest thing I think I've seen. So, which one was your favorite? Is it the escape room, the face cream, that weirdo killing folks on Snapchats, the girl killing her friend over a damn cup, or this bitch being a bully and her friend having to save her? Which one? I'll say maybe the face cream one and the Starbucks cup one, because you know, because the face cream, we knew that bitch was shady. And then the Starbucks cup, that's just ridiculous. You kill someone over a cup. You weird. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. And until next time, you guys. Bye.